All right. Some more problems. Some more problems in the trucking industry that I'm wanting to talk about. That I'm going to bitch about. Um, a lot of things that I see wrong because I've posted up a video in the past about people who on when someone's wrong, let them be wrong by themselves. I'm going to touch a little bit more on that one, but uh, some problems that I'm wanting to point out. Now, a lot of companies and CDL schools will teach you that it's your job to protect the motoring public. Now, this means leaving your ego and your feelings out of it when you sit in that driver's seat. Um, Protecting the motoring public. Um, every time I'm coming up on a lane reduction, all the traffic is funneling into one lane because of an accident or because of a work zone. There's always that one idiot that's straddling between the lanes to block all the four wheelers from passing him. Now, that's not protecting the motoring public. That is policing the traffic. Um, if you if you want to do that kind of shit, I highly recommend going to police academy, where you can be in a position where it is your place to do that. Now, in doing this, policing the flow of traffic, if that F 150 is that determined to get around you and he's going off into the dirt to get around you, at that point, you're not protecting the motoring public. Um, Now, and also there are some drivers who goes into this policing that does it. I still disagree with it, but it's a safer way to do it is to pick somebody to pace off of beside you to slow everyone down behind you. Um, that's fine. There's nothing illegal about doing that, but um, I'm already most of the time as soon as I see those signs or as soon as I hear it over the CB, I'm going to move to the lane that I need to be in. And at that point, I'm just maintaining my lane and my following distance. If someone ever so chooses to pick me to pace off of, to block off all the four wheelers, um, I don't give a shit. I'm maintaining my lane and my following distance. If I happen to be empty and I take off on you, don't bitch at me over the CB, because over the CB, I will tell you right back. Find someone else to do that shit with, because I'm not a cop and it's not my place to do it. And the purpose in this, um, as far as it goes for looking out for the best interest of the motoring public, it's not. It is all about the ego. Don't like the idea of the people behind you passing to get ahead in the lane, because you know if they use up more length of that lane that's about to end, there's going to be someone further ahead of you that's going to let them in. Um, Now, in looking out for the best interest of the motoring public, legally, anyone can, if that lane's reducing, anyone can use every bit of that length legally. whether they're merging in half a mile from that cutoff point or driving all the way up to that cutoff point. There's nothing illegal about that. On the other hand, it is their legal obligation to yield to the right-of-way because their lane's the one that's about to end. Now, if you maintain your lane and your following distance, and now legally, you can force them to wait until you pass. Make them run over those barriers and teach them a lesson, but in the best interest of them of watching out for the motoring public, you will leave a gap to allow space to have some forgiveness when people cut in or whatever, that time to stop. Now, four-wheelers are going to be four-wheelers. Anticipate the worst in everybody, whether it's a four-wheeler or another truck driver or another driver from your own company. Anticipate the worst out of everybody, and your day will go a lot smoother. Because if you're anticipating on it, you're going to allow yourself room to stop. What I call the forgiveness room. There is a lot of four-wheelers that underestimate a 80,000-pound vehicle's ability to stop. A lot of people are shameless in what they do in doing dangerous maneuvers and everything. So when it comes to that, when someone's wrong, let them be wrong by themselves. When you sit in that driver's seat and you're operating a truck, leave your feelings and ego out of it, because four-wheelers are going to be four-wheelers. And whenever they're wrong, let them be wrong by themselves. Whenever a four-wheeler does something that's illegal or does something that you do not like, does not make it appropriate for you to turn into Tony Stewart. And plus, by letting them be wrong by themselves, even a really good chance they're never going to get caught. But you being in the semi, you're drawing more attention to yourself whenever you're participating in all that wrong. I'm not going to fill anyone up with any bullshit like promises from God or karma or any kind of crap like that, because when you let someone be wrong by themselves, chances are you're not going to get your justice in it. If it does happen, it's a sweet feeling. But I'm not going to fill you up with bullshit that it'll happen, because it's low chances that it's happened. So when you're driving out on the roads and someone's wrong, your participation in it, you're playing odds. Forget any bullshit of karma or promises from God. You want to make those odds more in your favor by letting them be wrong by themselves. Someone impeding the left lane, you're forced to pass them on the right. Do it safely. Let them keep all that attention on themselves from impeding the flow of traffic, and they will get pulled over. Now, from a law enforcement's point of view, you see someone impeding the left lane, that law enforcement officer might have intentions of pulling over that car when he catches up to him. But he's got to work his way up because of the flow. But you pulling a 53-foot trailer by laying on the air horn, crowding their lane, locking up your brakes right in front of them, from law enforcement's point of view, the one who has to be dealt with immediately is the one who is more dangerous. The one impeding the flow of traffic, even though that has its hazards, the fucking dangerous animal is going to be priority over getting off the roads. So let them be wrong by themselves. And leave your feelings and ego out of your job. You're going to get undeserved middle fingers. People are going to brake check you. People are going to grab that exit right at the last second, just inches off of your front end. People are going to pass you on the shoulder. People are going to tailgate you. People are going to illegally jump from that on-ramp lane before the merge point to get ahead of you and lay on their horn as they're going around you, because you're in a vehicle that basically goes from 0 to 60 in 10 business days. And people get pissed off over having to be behind that. It's just how it is. And if you cannot accept that, you need to reconsider a different career than truck driving, because you're going to get undeserved hate from people a lot, and people are going to do dangerous and illegal maneuvers around you and do things that you don't like. So leave your feelings and ego out of it and let them be wrong by themselves, and do not participate in their wrong. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Just because someone else does something illegal or something that you don't like does not give you the entitlement to turn into Tony Stewart. So that's all I got on that one. Be safe out there and don't drink the fish tank cleaner. Thanks.